This is Adios. In November of 2023, I downgraded this account from an Ultimate Iron Man to a regular Iron Man with one goal in mind. I want to take on the biggest challenges within RuneScape and I want to obtain the best gear in the game. Follow along on my Iron Man progress series. Ladies and gentlemen, or should I just say gentlemen, because according to my YouTube metrics, we have yet to have a single female viewer, which I feel like that's very hard to believe, but that's what it says right now. Anyway, welcome to episode 13 of my Iron Man progress series. We've got the red Bofa here. If you guys saw the last episode, we gave ourselves severe carpal tunnel. Just kidding, but my hand kind of did hurt. We pickpocketed 8,000 elves. It sucked, but we got the red bow here to show for it. And so now it's time for us to address the elephant in the room, which is my Slayer level. It is by far my lowest skill right now at level 47, and it is holding us back from a lot of PVM upgrades, such as the Assembler, such as getting the Bone Crusher, such as getting a Zenite Jewelry, although my crafting isn't there anyway, and just many other things. So we're going to start by doing some Slayer in this episode. I currently have 0 Slayer points though, so we are going to be doing some Turiel boosting. We're going to do 9 tasks at Turiel, and then we're going to be doing our 10th task at Duradel, so that we can accumulate some Slayer points so that we can get some upgrades. So let's jump right into it. Well, we're doing Tears of Guthix one last time while Slayer is my lowest skill in the game. This is by far the most efficient way for me to be using my tiers here at Tears of Guthix. So we're going to do this and get some easy free Slayer XP, and then we are going to begin. All right, well, we got 142 tiers. I messed up a couple of times, but let's see how much Slayer XP we get. We get 8,000, and that does give us a Slayer level. I will take it. All right, so it's time for us to begin Slayer now. We just got our first Turiel task, which is Cal Fight. And I'm not going to be showing you guys every single task. I think that'd get boring, but I'll probably show you like every 10th or so. But before we begin, I wanted to show you guys what I have set up right now. I've got NPC contact set to Turiel so I can quickly get tasks. And then I've also got a Ring of Dueling on me. I've got my Grand Exchange portal here. I've got a Lunar Isle portal here to swap spellbook and anything like that if I need to. And then I've also got the Salve Graveyard teleport here. This is good for getting to the Slayer Tower as well as getting to a quick fairy ring. So I don't know every single Turiel task right now, but for right now, this is how I'm going to do things. And we're going to kick things off with a Cal Fight task. All right, well, I didn't know this, but evidently we cannot do our 10th task at Duradel right now because we don't have level 50 Slayer yet. Looks like we have to go to Konar. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm a little scared. We get 50 Anku in the Slayer dungeon. That's actually really good. I will definitely take that. All right, so there is our Konar task completed. And we got our first 90 Slayer points for that, which is very nice. But I think I'm going to change gears right quick because I think we could speed this up quite a bit. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm stocking up on iron and coal, and some of you probably already know where this is going. However, I always like to have something that I can AFK on this account, and because I'm out of molten glass right now, which I do definitely need to go make more soon, but in the meantime, I want to be making cannonballs because I think it's going to speed up Turiel skipping, or I'm sorry, Turiel boosting just a massive amount. So I'm going to work on this. I've got 3.6 mil to work with from all the pickpocketing, so we'll see how many cannonballs we can make while we're AFKing. All right, so last inventory has been completed. We have 1,041 steel bars, and the total amount of money it cost us was just about 110K, which is like, that just seems like super cheap to get over 1,000 steel bars. But anyway, I'm going to be converting all of these into cannonballs. Well, I guess I'm going to need something else to AFK because this actually went by way faster than I expected. We're almost done with our cannonballs, and so I am going to go ahead and start using these for Turiel boosting. Well, this was a really good idea because this has sped up doing these Turiel tasks so much. It's actually insane, especially without a blowpipe. I am very happy with my decision to do this. Okay, time for our 20th task. I'm not sure why I didn't use NPC contact last time, but anyway, we're going to Duradel now, and we get 181 Cal Fight, which is actually, I think, pretty bad, but anyway, we'll go knock it out real quick. So typically on an Iron Man, you would block Cal Fight because it's inefficient to use a cannon on them, but in this situation, I don't have the points to block, and I don't want to use the points to skip, so I just went ahead and used a cannon. And I started off by doing these soldiers, which I always do on my main account because it is really good XP per hour. But Yeah, I burnt through a lot of cannonballs, which I kind of feel bad about. I ended up using like 700 cannonballs on this task, but I did end up switching over to the workers. All right, doing a quick farming run break, and we just got level 88 farming. All right, time to do 9 more tutorial tasks, starting out with spiders. Okay, it is time for task number 30 with Duradel. Let's see what we get. Blue dragons. All right, so blue dragons. You're probably expecting me to go kill something that looks like this, right? Well, no, I'm thinking we're going to go for something that looks a little bit more like this. I'd like to go complete Dragon Slayer 2 so that I can kill Vorkath for this task, because I'd like to get the Vorkath's head, which is used to make the Ava's assembler, which is the best in slot range cape right now, and I'm going to need to get it eventually anyway, so I might as well go ahead and do it right now while I'm on task. So it's time for us to go knock out another Grandmaster quest on this account, but before we can do that, we have to go do a Tale of Two Cats, which is a requirement for the quest, so let's go get that done. Alright, so we're about to do Dragon Slayer 2, but before I do that, I really want to get some Ruby Bolts, which require level 63 fletching. Now, I can boost from level 59 pretty easily because I have plenty of dragon fruits to make dragon fruit pies, but I can't cook those because I don't have level 73 cooking. So the plan to train cooking is that we're going to be buying grapes and jugs from the Colomancer chest here, and then we're going to be casting the Humidify spell to fill all of our jugs, and we're going to convert all of these into wines. All right, well, we literally just hopped through every single world in the game, and we are about 100 grapes short still. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on humidifying all of my jugs. All right, so we went ahead and cast Humidify on all 1,400 of our jugs, and then after that, we went back to hopping worlds to buy grapes, and we got everything that we need, so now we just need to convert all of these into jugs of wine. All right, so we were actually able to do all of our wines in one go without stopping. So now we should get just the fattest XP drop of all time, which I'm excited to see. We are currently at level 69. That's a 277,000 XP drop. All right, so now we have level 73 cooking. We can make a dragon fruit pie, which we're going to use to boost our fletching level here in a little bit. All right, very nice. We did not burn any of our dragon fruit pies. All right, so time for our second trip to the blast furnace in this episode. We're going to be making mithril bars. We need another 700 of them so that we can fletch enough mithril darts, so that we can get level 59 fletching. And just in case anybody's wondering why I'm not doing broad bolts to train my fletching, it's because I don't have the Slayer points yet to buy the ability to make broad bolts. After another very good blast furnace session, we now have 880 mithril bars, which we can convert into mithril dart tips, which we're going to make darts for, which is actually going to be useful anyway because I need them when I'm doing Hespori and other things like that. So all in all, good session. All right, so once we got all of our bars converted into bolt tips, we headed over to do a little bit of agility while doing the fletching as well, just to do a little bit of multi-skilling. And we got everything done. We got our fletching up to level 59, and then we were able to boost up so that we could create adamant bolts. And then we were also able to add the ruby dart tips to the adamant bolts. And now we just need to enchant them, and we're ready for Dragon Slayer 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin Dragon Slayer 2. We've got our ruby bolts here in our ammo slot. And the reason that I need these is for Galvik. I can use my bowfoot pretty easily for Vorkath, but for Galvik, you don't have the anti-fire protection that you need, so I have to have a rune crossbow as well as an anti-dragon shield. Well, it is time for our very first real boss fight in Dragon Slayer 2, which is Vorkath. We don't have a salve, but to hell with it. Full send or no send, like my mama used to always tell me. We're just going to kill the damn boss. We're just going to click the blue dragon and get through it. As you do. Okay. There is the big, ugly blue thing defeated. And so now I guess I just go through the cave and continue with the quest. All right, so we are forging the dragon key right now, and I think that that's all that's left to do before we go and tackle the big boss fight, which is Galvik. By far the saddest moment in RuneScape history. Oh, it still breaks my heart. Oh my gosh. We gotta get revenge for Bob, man. All right, well, we are now ready for the final big boy boss of this quest, which is going to be defeating Galvik. And we're going to be using those ruby bolts we made earlier, as well as our rune crossbow. And so I really wish I could use the bowfoot, but hopefully this works just fine. So let's send it. Not like this. Please. Yes. Oh my gosh. That was really close, man. I was out of food. Like, I didn't even make any mistakes. It's just that rune crossbow was just terrible DPS, but there's Galvic, and that was for Bob, man. That was for Bob. All right, so there is the moment we've been waiting for. We just completed Dragon Slayer 2. We got a massive amount of XP there and an extra 5 quest points. So I think we get quite a few levels from that. There's level 79 smithing. There's level 75 mining. There's level 71 agility. And I think that's all, right? Yeah, that's all. So anyway, now that that's done, we have access to the Myths Guild, which is going to be really nice to make Dragonfire potions because you can get blue scales here easily. But more importantly, we can now kill Vorkath. So in order to continue the Slayer grind, we're going to go get a Salve EI and we're going to start killing some Vorkath. First things first, another quest. We need to go do Haunted Mine in order to get a salve. So let's go knock that quest out real quick. All right, so there's the Haunted Mine completed, and we now have access to Tarn's Lair, which is where we're going to go right now because we have to get our salve amulet. All right, so there's the Tarn's Lair mini quest completed. Now we just need to go make the salve and then use the diary on it to enchant it. And then we're also going to imbue it. All right, so there's our salve. We're just going to use the diary on it to make a salve E. Then we're going to use our scroll of imbuing on it to make the salve EI, which is best in slot for Vorkath. All right, so time to get to Vorkath, and this is the gear setup I'm going with. I bring a rune crossbow switch just so that I can have something to do DPS with during the acid phase so that I can Wooks Walk. And this is the Wooks Walk that I've been using, which is really not bad at all. But yeah, first kill down went pretty decently, although I didn't really get the best loot, but we'll take it. Well, Vorkath is putting us through hell right now, so we're changing our gear setup a little bit. I'm going to start with the rune crossbow until I can get a ruby bolt to proc, and then I'm pre-potting with my anti-fire and my super defense as well as a divine. And then I just bank all of that, and I'm grabbing a couple of pineapple pizzas, so I have a couple of combo eats. And yeah, we're going to go rune crossbow until I get one bolt spec to hit at least, because I'm really low on bolts. And then we're going to use both after that. But I'm hoping with the additional food and everything, hopefully we get more consistent kills, because I did have to teleport out a couple of times because I ran out of food. Yeah, this boss is not a good time. Sometimes Vorkath will hit me with like 4 of the range attacks in a row that can hit like up to 35s. So I'm just like spam eating and going through a ton of supplies and not enjoying myself. Yeah, this is brutal. Without rigor and without a better crossbow and everything, this is not efficient at all. I will tell you that much right now. But I'm just going to try and get the Vorkath's head here at least with this current setup that I have, because I have to get it anyway, but I'm probably not going to do this after I get it. All right, I'll take one Vorkath's head, please. We do not get it. Dude, these drops are literally awful. What is up with this? Well, I found a new secret weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, the bone crossbow is very, very nice at Vorkath. Basically, it works like a BGS on its special attack. Whatever you hit, it drains Vorkath by that amount for its defense. So, as an example, we're going to hit huge right here. Okay, that really sucked. So this kill might not be as good, but I've been doing this some, and when it hits, it really speeds up the kills a lot, and I'm enjoying it. Man, look at that. Even, oh, first off, we just got a Slayer level. Even with only hitting an 8 on that bone crossbow, I mean, look how much food I have left. I could probably do 2 kill trips with that. I mean, that is amazing. And this also just proves that the best defense is a good offense. Dude, this boss is literally free now. I only hit a 6 that time, and I have like so much. Maybe I just got bad RNG. Oh, looky there. Right as we got it figured out, we got our Vorkath's head, man. I'm sorry if I just busted y'all's eardrum, headphone users. Let's go turn this in and let's get our Ava's assembler. Oh, exciting. All right, so I guess we just talked to Ava here. We need our accumulator as well as 75 mithril arrows, which I remembered to bring, and the Vorkath's head. And there it is. Oh my gosh, it goes so good with the crystal armor too. Look at us, man. Gaming. That's our second best in slot item. Now we have the best range cape and the best magic cape on this account. Nice. Well, now that we have our Ava's assembler as well as access to the Myths Guild, I've been doing the rest of the Blue Dragon task down here underneath the Myths Guild. It's kind of good to go ahead and stock up dragon bones and a little bit of crafting XP with the blue dragon hide, so you can completely just safe spot these things, and I actually don't need any of these potions that I brought, so I'm going to finish up this task right here. We finished up the blue dragon task and then got another from Turiel. All right, it is time for task number 40 with Duradel. Let's see what we get. Steel Dragons. I think this one's slow, but it's only 10, so hopefully it's not too bad. I legitimately have been attacking this dragon for like 3 minutes. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous how slow this is. So yeah, I kind of wondering if I probably should have just skipped this task, but it's like, I'm trying to gain Slayer points, not lose them right now, so I don't know. All right, well, by using my main account to get the aggro, I'm able to use my Bofa rather than a rune crossbow, which speeds these kills up a lot. So, you know, I know some will say the integrity of my Iron Man account is low, but I personally do not care. All right, so there is the task completed. Now we can go back to Turiel and do a little bit more boosting. All right, so it is time for task number 50. So we're going to go to Konar for this one. And get Hellhounds. That's actually perfect because I want hard clues. So very nice. We'll go knock this out. All right, so we got one hard clue so far, which we turned into a casket. We also got one brimstone key, and we just got level 55 Slayer. All right, so this is our last Hellhound here, and unless we get another clue, it's looking like we did not get more than one clue scroll from this, but we received 270 points from that because that was our 50th task. Wow. That is really, really nice. So now we've got 525 points to work with. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go straight into Slayer now or do another 50, but I'm kind of leaning towards another 50 task of boosting. But anyway, I'll decide that later. For right now, let's go turn this key in. Let's turn in our brimstone key, and I would really love to see Wines of Zamorak, which I believe are a drop. That is probably the worst thing we could have possibly gotten. But it's okay because our clue scroll is going to make up for it. I mean, actually that is good. That's actually really good. Okay, that's actually really, really, really good. Okay, I was about to complain, but no, that's actually very good for when we go for bandos. So yeah, okay, it did make up for it. I'll take it. Well, we made some solid gains today. We got our Ava's Assembler, we got our War Blessing, so we're probably pretty close to being able to go for bandos actually. But for now, we're going to go ahead and call it an episode. We got a lot more Slayer to do. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we're going to catch you in the next one. Adios.